The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Floss Dentistry, Comtech, Wagner Auto, and Dakota Sprinkler.
That one is blown out towards center field. Elliott Life, a long run dive, and he makes the catch! What a diving grab by Elliott Life out in center field!
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by CHS River Plains, Kathy Sunshine Properties, True Green, B&B Equipment, Omaha Federal Credit Union, and Gales Gas.
And Keenos will shoot that out towards the right center field gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Another run will come in to score. Keenos is going to try and get the second. The throw coming in is cut off by the second baseman. It's the second double of the game for Lincoln Keenos.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you on KCCR by AirTech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Birding Electric, and Shane's Pharmacy.
Post 8 will take game 2. Find a complete game shutout for Jack Van Camp. A huge win for the Yates.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by Avera, Xander Auto Parts, Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Auto, Kruger Contracting, the Oahe YMCA, Bank West, and Fisher Rounds.
And Dean will launch it out to right field. That one's going to get out for a walk-off. 3-run homer. And Post 8 is off to Sunday. Third home run for Bennett Dean of the season.
With the call of today's baseball action, KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And a good morning to you here on Capital City Rock as we welcome you into Day 3 of the Dakota Classic and Game 4 for Pierre Post 8 it's very simple. A win and you win the pool, a loss and we'll head back home here today as Post 8 will take on Omaha Gross. The winner will not may not be determined if Post 8 does not win this ball game, and things could still shake out a little bit differently, but Post 8 will be eliminated with the loss in terms of the runs allowed. And no matter if it's a 1-0 game or a 10-9 loss, whatever it might be, Post 8 has to win this game to win the pool. Otherwise, their tournament will come to an end. And because of the reason why they're in this spot is because of two great games yesterday. Brecken Kruger win a complete game, getting a 7-6 win over Columbus, Nebraska. And then the Eights were down 5-0 after 2 innings. They're down still 5-0 going to the top of the 4th until all 9 guys reached base. All 9 guys came in to score, and it was a 9-5 lead for Pierre. They end up winning 12-9 over Sioux Falls East in a game that is huge for the fact that Pierre was able to get the win against Sioux Falls East in this tournament, but also that's big South Dakota points. That's a huge South Dakota win for Post 8, and for the fact that we'll see East again on Wednesday, and a split with them, you took 2 of 3. That's a pretty good mark to be at with Sioux Falls East. That's, of course, you want the split at the worst, and a sweep would be better, but a split at the worst would be what you're looking for on Wednesday against Sioux Falls East in your South Dakota games. Pierre will take on Omaha Gross, who is 1-2 in the tournament. There's a possibility if Omaha Gross wins, and then if Columbus loses to Orono, that every team goes 2-2 in this pool. But again, because of the runs allowed, no matter if it's a 1-0 game, Pierre will have more runs allowed than Sioux Falls East or Omaha Gross will have more runs allowed. So either way, Pierre will be eliminated with the loss. Spencer Easlin will be the guy on the mound to try and get the job done, to get the win, and to get Pierre into the quarterfinals. It'll be at Renner at 5 o'clock against Omaha Central. They've already won their pool, but they play at 1 o'clock at Renner, and potentially of maybe moving it up earlier, but most likely it'll be at 5 o'clock. That'll be back over on KCCR if that's the case. But Pierre has to win this ball game first against Omaha Gross, who comes in at 1-2 on the season after they picked up, or 1-2 on the Dakota Classic after they picked up a 10-8 win against Orono yesterday in extra innings. Wind is blowing straight in, so balls will not be carrying like they were yesterday when it was blowing out straight to left field at Harmon 1. It's blowing straight in here at Harmon 2, as you can tell by the camera angle and the fact that things will be trying to keep this as clear picture as possible on KCCR Sports, but we are right back behind home plate, so the camera angle is not as nice as it was yesterday to be be watching, but we still have it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. If you're watching on KCCR Sports, you get a text message saying, where's the Pierre game at on the radio? It's on Capital City Rock. Make sure to tell your friends it's on Capital City Rock, and you can stream it online at capitalcityrock.com. We will step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back with more of our pregame show, getting set for first pitch, which is just about 5 minutes away. You're listening to Pierre Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube. And, well, actually, you're listening on Capital City Rock this morning, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from His Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here on Capital City Rock, and you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. It is Post-State going to be taking on Omaha Gross in the final game of the pool play here. It's the Sioux Falls East Pool, as the Eights will be the visitors. We go through the starting lineups. Brecken Kruger lead things off. He's a center fielder. Connor Bruce will bat second. He's playing second. Matthew Hansen, the shortstop, will bat third. Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, batting fourth. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, batting fifth. Aaron Booth, the right fielder, he will bat sixth. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, batting seventh. Johnny Lyons, the third baseman, batting eighth. And Spencer Easlin is pitching, and he will be hitting for himself here in this ball game. For Omaha Gross, Nick Boring will be on the mound. He is also going to hit for himself. Luke Baez, the shortstop, will lead things off. Then Nate Pecker, the center fielder, will bat second. And then be Kyle Kopeka, the first baseman, batting third. Alex Koss, the right fielder, batting fourth. Nick Boring, the pitcher, batting fifth. Joe Meyer, the center fielder, the catcher, batting sixth. Cole Brown, the the third baseman, batting seventh. Colby Duncan, the second baseman, batting eighth, and Lucas Guin, the right fielder, is batting ninth. So it'll be Baez, Petcher, Capes, Koss, Boring, Meyer, Brown, Duncan, and Guin And Kruger, Bruce, Hanson, Merkwan, Dean, Booth, Hunsley, Lyons, and Easlin. The 9 hitters for both these teams, as there is no DH for either one of these two teams here today. We'll step aside one more time. We'll come back in 2 minutes and have first pitch. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we welcome you back here to Harmon 2, getting set for first pitch between Pierre and Omaha Gross in the final game of the Dakota Classic Sioux Falls East Pool for these two teams, as it'll be Post-State, the visitors on the scoreboard, and for Omaha Gross, we'll take the field here in just a second, and we'll see how this game falls out. And for Pierre, again, it's simple. You win, and you win the pool, and you'll play at 5 o'clock later on this evening. If you lose, the tournament comes to an end for you. There is no possible way of losing and then end up picking up the pool win, even though potentially all 5 teams in this pool could go 2-2. It'll be just the either Omaha Gross or it will be Sioux Falls East, potentially even Columbus, Nebraska, still having a shot to win if Omaha Gross wins this one. And then even the second game of the day has to go right for Orono to beat Columbus, Nebraska, then for everybody to go 2-2. Otherwise, if Columbus, Nebraska wins, well, if Pierre wins, they're in. But if they lose and then Columbus, Nebraska wins, then they will be the team to advance out of the Sioux Falls East pool. And again, if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, it's a little bit different look. We're doing our best, but the sun beating down, harder to get to keep the iPads cool. So we're doing our best, and we might even have to put just the logo up there to keep us going on YouTube as well. So just bear that in mind, that it might be something on your TV screen. Just checking out the KCCR logo, and we'll continue to have the action on YouTube at KCCR Sports. But we're on the air at Capital City Rock, and again, if Pierre wins, they will move back to KCCR this evening, when they will play at 5 o'clock against Omaha Central, who won the runner pool. They're 3-0. They will play at 1 o'clock today, and it'll be a 1 o'clock game, and then they'll whether they win or lose, they'll be playing the quarterfinals against the winner of this pool. So they could go 4-0, and we could have a 2-2 team against them in the quarterfinals. That's how crazy it could be. Here's Breck and crew to lead things off as Nick Boring has finished his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to go for Pierre baseball this morning. The Eights looking for their third win. They're 2-1 so far as the first pitch will come in for strike one. And we are underway. It's 9:35 here this morning. 5 minutes behind schedule to get things underway. Much better, though, than the hour and 14 minutes that we were behind yesterday. Ground ball by Kruger, the third baseman, picked up by Brown. A throw across to first is in time, and the leadoff man is retired to open things up here in the ball game. And it will bring up the number 2 hitter, and that will be Connor Bruce. Bruce had an RBI single yesterday in the second game, or in the first game, which made it a 2-0 lead for Pierre at the time. They ended up beating Columbus 7-6. It is Bruce and then Hanson, Merkwan, Dean, Booth, Hunsley, Lyons, and Easland. Here's the first pitch from Nick Boring to Bruce. That is outside for ball one. Out and left, it is Guin, and then it is Petcher and Kaysen right. That one is on the outside corner. It's now 1-1. Brown at third, Mize at short, Duncan at second, Capace at first, Meyer behind the plate, and Nick Boring will deliver the 1-1 pitch. That one is popped up on the right side in foul territory. Capace, the first baseman, moving in, and he can't make the catch. The wind's going to be a factor, and it's going to blow in instead of blowing out like it was yesterday. So Capace, who probably, if there's no wind, probably settled right underneath it on the initial pop-up. But then he had a long run coming in from first base and was unable to make the catch. So it's now a 1-2 count to Bruce. And he's got new life to try and pick up a base hit and be the first post-state base runner. Here's the 1-2. That is missing low and away, and it's now 2-2. Again, you can hear that wind hitting the microphones. Yesterday it was blowing straight out to left field, which it would still be blowing out in the outfield at Harmon 1, but it's blowing in here in Harmon 2. There's a swing and a miss by Bruce, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the first. And it will bring up Matt Hanson. Hanson continues to swing one of the best bats for Post State in the early part of the season. I guess now moving to the middle part of the season. We're close to the end of June, farther than the beginning part of the season. But Post State can get back to 500 with a win. Sitting at 7-8 right now. First pitch on the inside edge and taken for a strike. Sitting at 7-8 after the doubleheader loss to Watertown and the opening loss of the Dakota Classic. They have rounded off 2 wins in a row. That one's fouled back, and it's now 0-2 here to Hanson. Trying to be a base runner here for Post State in the top of the first. Here is the 0-2 from Boring to Hanson. That one is taken for strike 3 in the outside corner. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base after half inning. No score between Pierre and Omaha Gross. You're listening to Post State Baseball on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Verting Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verting Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verting Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verting Electric, 224-8684.
And we welcome you back here to Harmon 2 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between Pierre and Omaha Gross as Omaha will come to the plate. Luke Mize will lead things off. He's playing a shortstop. Nate Petcher, the center fielder, will bat second. Cal Capace, the first baseman, batting third. Alex Case, the right fielder, batting fourth. Nick Boyd, the pitcher, batting fifth. Joe Meyer, the catcher, batting sixth. Cole Brown, the third baseman, batting seventh. Colby Duncan, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Lucas Guin, the right fielder, will bat ninth for Omaha Gross. Spencer Easlin is on the mound for Post State. And so far for Easlin, he is going to be making his second appearance, second start. He had 3 innings of work in the first game. Went 0-1, giving up 6 hits, 9 runs. Only 3 of those 9 runs were earned, though. 4 walks, 1 strikeout, an ERA of 7, and a whip of 3.333 for Spencer Easlin, as Luke Byes will step to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Omaha Gross, they dropped their first 2 games of the tournament and then came back and won a 10-8 ball game yesterday in 8 innings against Orono, as the first pitch is on the outside edge and taken for strike 1 to open up the bottom of the first inning. And for Spencer Easlin, he gets a hit for himself. No DH in this ball game, and Easlin was steady in the high school season, as that one's outside. It's now 1-1, but end up getting hit in the leg and was unable to off the line drive, and pretty much ended the season for Easlin. But he's back and gonna be an arm to come here for this Pierre team and be a steady arm throughout the rest of this season and going into the next couple years for Post State and for the high school team. 1-2 pitch. A line drive to center field coming in is Kruger. They'll land in front for a base hit, and the leadoff man is on base here in the bottom of the first inning. And we'll bring up Nate Pachar, the center fielder. With 1 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Defensively for Post State, Merkwan is out in left, Kruger in center, and Booth in right. Lyons at third, Hanson at short, Bruce at second, Dean at first. Grayson Hunsley behind the plate. Spencer Easlin will get set here for the first pitch against the center fielder, Nate Pachar. That one's upstairs for ball 1. In Omaha Gross is the team here this morning, and with a win, it'll be Omaha Central that Pierre will play. That one's outside. It's now 2-0 here to Pachar. Pierre dropped their game against here at the Harbin Park, field number 2, 8-0 Friday to kick things off here at the Dakota Classic. Here's the 2-0. Runner takes off. There's a fly ball to center field. Kruger comes in, and he will dive and can't make the catch. It's right behind him. The runner will be stopping at third base. Now he's going to try and score. The throw coming in is going to be cut off, and it will score the first run of the ball game. And it will be an RBI single for Pachar. And it's a 1-0 lead here for Omaha Gross, as Kruger nearly made a diving catch out in center field. Hard to see from where I'm sitting and having to sit. But it will bring up the number 3 hitter in Cal Capace. With the runner on first, that runner was off with the pitch, and if Kruger had made the diving catch, probably would have been able to double off Byes at first base. First pitch swinging and fouls it straight back, and it is 0-1. And if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, unfortunately the only way to have a camera view without the sun beating down and disrupting the view is a very tight look inside. There's a ground ball to the right side. Dean will dive for it. He knocks it down, but there will not be a play. The runner was off with the pitch, so it's now first and second with nobody out, and it will bring up the number 4 hitter, and Alex Case, the right fielder. First 3 have reached base. And just the the unfortunate of playing at Harmon too without a press box, without any cover of any kind, and no chance to move anywhere else to make it any better for me to see and for you to see it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Here is Alex Case, the right fielder. First pitch from Eastland. Showing bunt and drops it down foul. And it is 0-1 here to Case, the right fielder. Boring and then Meyer will be the next three hitters. Runners at first and second here with one out in the bottom of the first. Excuse me, with nobody out in the bottom of the first and a 1-0 lead for Omaha Gross. Again, Pierre needs to win this one to win the pool and advance to the quarterfinals at 5 o'clock this evening. That one is missing low and outside. The count's now 1-1. And we're on Capital City Rock on the radio, still on KCCR Sports. And if Pierre wins, they play at 5 o'clock this evening. We'll be back on KCCR, the normal station. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner takes off. Line shot up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounding third and coming in to score will be Pichar. The throw comes all the way in. The runner stays at second base, but it's another RBI single. 4 straight singles to open up the ball game for Omaha Gross, and they now lead it 2-0. And it'll bring up Nick Boring. Not the start that Post 8 was hoping for, and again, a game of inches. Breckencoeur dives for it, just can't come up with it. If he makes the catch with the runner on the run, he was already past second base. Kruger probably gets up and fires one to first base and gets a double play, and he got nobody on and 2 away. But instead, 4 straight singles, nobody out still here in the first inning, and it's a 2-0 lead already for Omaha Gross. Here's the 0-1. That one will miss, and it's now 1-1. Again, Pierre took a 7-6 win yesterday and a 12-9 win against Sioux Falls East. Here's the 1-1. There's a ground ball over to Hanson. That's short. He'll throw to second for one. To first. It's not going to be in time. And a fielder's choice is now first and third. But Post State does have the first out recorded here in the bottom of the first inning. And we'll put runners at the corners with one down. Catcher Joe Meyer. And they will courtesy run for the pitcher Boring. So we'll have a runner at first base. Let's see if we can get that name for you. It will be Owen Brandon that will be the runner for Boring. And here's Joe Meyer, now the catcher. The runner's at first and third. Runner takes off in the first pitch. A swing and a miss. And it is 0-1. With now runners at second and third. No throw to second base. So a base hit could double this lead already, which is already at 2-0 in favor of Omaha Gross. 0-1. That one's popped up. And it will get out of play behind us, and it's now 0-2. Eastland looking for his first strikeout. Runners at second and third with one out. Here's the 0-2 from Eastland to Meyer. That one's popped up. That one will be right, just barely out of play. And it will land where Bruce Eastland decides not to try and make the catch. He was right there, right next to it, and just let it go away. Didn't miss it, just didn't try to make the catch. So now here's the 0-2 pitch again. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-2. Second and third with one away here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-2 from Eastland. That one's fouled backing out of play again. Good battle here between Eastland and Meyer. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Omaha Girls already leads 2-0. And Pierre, again, doesn't matter what the score is. If they don't win this game, they're mathematically eliminated from a pool win. But it's an easy one if they win, and it's a pool victory. There's a 1-2 pitch taken the inside edge and taken for strike 3, and there's the first strikeout of the ball game for Spencer Eastland. And there's now 2 down, and it will bring up Cole Brown, the third baseman. Brown with a base hit and now 2 away would probably make this a 4-0 lead. With Brennan the runner at second base, running for the pitcher in Boring. Here's a hard ground ball that is fair down the third base line, and that will score both runs. Rounding first is going to be Brown. He'll stop at first base with a 2-out, 2 RBI single, and Omaha Grosses open things up to a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. So Brown doubles the lead on one swing, and it's now the 8th man to come to the plate in Colby Duncan. Here's the first pitch from Eastland to Duncan. Taking the top of the zone for strike 1. 4 runs on 5 hits here in the first inning for Omaha Gross. Here's the 0-1 now from Eastland. There's a hard line shot down the right field side, and it's found. It's now 0-2. And Eastland looking for another strikeout. Get his second strikeout and finish off the inning. The Eights will have 4, 5, and 6. It was a 1-2-3 inning in the first for Boring. 0-2. That one's upstairs. The runner takes off for second. The throw to second. Bruce is not able to get the tag down. It was a really late steal from Brown. And so both the second baseman and shortstop had to find his way over to second base because they weren't expecting that runner to take off. It was a really late steal. And then sliding underneath the tag was Brown at second base. 1-2. That one will miss low and scooped up by Hunsley. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And Omaha Gross leading 4-0. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Eastland will get the strikeout, second of the inning. 8 men come to the plate, 4 runs score on 5 hits. There are no errors and 1 man left on base. After 1 completes here at Harmondon, it is a 4-0 lead for Omaha Gross. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Home or remodeling the old, adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. New name, same great service. Whether you're looking to get your vehicle worked on, need a new part, or looking for a new ride, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is here for you. We'd love the chance to buy your vehicle too. Visit us at Hawaii Days. We'll have a booth set up with giveaways. If you're thinking about ordering a new vehicle, be sure to stop by and see one of our sales specialists. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Top of the second inning, and it is a 4-0 lead for Omaha Gross over Pierre. John Winkler here on this Sunday morning. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports, but you're on the air at Capital City Rock. Jack Merkwan will lead things off here in the top of the second inning. 4, 5, and 6. Merkwan, Dean, and then Booth. The first 3 hitters, anybody reaches base, then be Grayson Hunsley. Post State had that inning yesterday in the fourth where all 9 guys came to the plate. All 9 guys scored before the first out was recorded. Merquan will ground it up the middle of the second baseman to field. And with 1 pitch, there's 1 out to open things up in the top of the fourth as Duncan was able to make the play. And it will bring up Bennett Dean. Here the first baseman. Dean will be looking for his first hit here of the tournament. Here's the first pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. Post State will have at least Tuesday off. We can't say that Monday is an off day quite yet because of they could win 2 games here today and keep advancing. There's a throw that gets away from the first baseman, from the second baseman Duncan. Throw to second now, and Dean will stay at second base as he is on with a 1-out error. That'll be charged to the second baseman Duncan. And advanced Dean from first to second. And it'll bring up out Aaron Booth. So 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the second, and Booth's got an RBI opportunity. As he'll be looking for his first hit today, and second time that Booth's been able to be in the lineup. Here's the first pitch to Booth. He'll swing and foul it back and out of play. With Dean at second and Booth at the plate, two of the 3 super seniors for Post State. Isaac Pollock, the other super senior. Yeah, I think that we'll see Pollock on Wednesday at home. As Booth will rip that one into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Bennett Dean will be held at third base. The throw will come in and cut off by the first baseman and Capace, and it's now runners at the corners with 1 down. And Booth picks up the first hit of the ball game for Post State. And it will bring up now Grayson Hunsley with 2 on and 1 out. Hunsley picked up 2 big hits yesterday, and the base hits are finally starting to come for Hunsley. Ball's finally starting to find some green grass, and is good to see for Hunsley. He's been swinging the bat well, just hasn't been able to find the ball to drop in for base hits throughout the first part of the season. Here's the first pitch here to Hunsley, stepping off and checking, make sure that Booth doesn't take off. The runner's at first and third here with 1 away. Hunsley will swing at the first pitch. That won't go the other way to the right center field. That's down for a base hit. Dean will come in to score easily, and now it's a 4-1 ball game. They take advantage of the 1-out error to score a run, and now the tying run actually even comes up to the plate. An RBI single for Hunsley. This is a good tournament here for Hunsley. He's starting to probably get some more confidence, and not that he should have lost any confidence, but it is hard when the batting average was 130 coming to this weekend. It's hard to be positive about it, but again, we kept talking about it. He's only struck out 1 time so far in the season. Where a lot of times we see guys with the batting average that low, they're swinging and missing a lot. They're striking out a lot. But Hunsley just had some bad luck. It's been all bad luck for him the first part of the season. But he's got 3 hits here this tournament. There's a swing and a foul by Johnny Lyons, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Number 8 man in the order, Johnny Lyons, Spencer Eastland, the pitcher on deck. Runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the second. And Pierre is inched back a little bit. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Here's the 1-1. Lyons swings and misses. He was out in front of it, and the count is now 1-2. And this is the last game of pool play for both these teams, and then it'll be Columbus and Orono to play after this to conclude pool play entirely for the Sioux Falls East pool. Swing and a miss by Lyons. There's a strikeout, 3rd strikeout now the ball game for the pitcher in Boring. And there's now 2 down and it brings up Spencer Easlin, who can help himself out. A base hit would make this a 4-2 ball game. And now they will have a courtesy runner for Grayson Hunsley to help move the ball game on a little bit quicker so we can get back and get the catcher's gear on. Spencer Easlin ready to hit. As Aaron Booth stands at second. Gary Nedved on at first. Here's the first pitch to Easlin. It's upstairs for ball one. In for Easlin, the starting pitcher here in this ball game. A base hit would help his cause. And the wind blowing in most likely can go with a big fly. That one will get to the backstop, and it will be now second and third with 2 away, and the count is now 2-0 to Easlin. On a wild pitch thrown from Boring. Another wild pitch makes it a 4-2 ball game. Actually, now a base hit from Easlin could pull Pierre within 1. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, as that one is taken for a strike, and it's now 2-1 on Capital City Rock, and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. It's a 4-1 ball game here at the top of the second. Pierre gave up 5 hits, 4 runs in the first inning. They've got 2 hits along with an error to score their 1 run. Easlin will try to check his swing, but he does unable to hold up in time, so the count is now 2-2. Here to Spencer Easlin. If Pierre wins, they win the pool. If they come up short in this ball game, that one bounces in, and a good block there from the catcher and Meyer. And the count is now full at 3-2. If Pierre does not pick up the win in this ball game, regardless of the score, regardless of any other outcome, they will not be able to win the Sioux Falls East pool. 3-2 pitch. Easlin takes it for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 run does score on 2 hits in the inning. There's 1 error and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, and it's a 4-1 lead for Omaha Gross over Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Bottom of the second inning, and Pierre is down 4-1 here at Harmon 2. And for Pierre, this could be their only game of the day, or they could win and advance to where we'll play at Renner later on this evening. And we'll play Omaha Central at Renner, who has already won that pool at 3-0 right now. And the only team that is Creighton Prep that's 3-1, or can be 3-1, but nobody else. Actually, they are 3-1, but nobody else can be at 4-0. So they will, or nobody else can be at 3-1 besides than the team that's Omaha Central, who has already beaten Creighton Prep. It's 9-1-2 here for Omaha Gross. Lucas Guin, and then Luke Byes and Nate Pachar, the first 3 hitters here in the bottom of the second inning, with the 8s down 4-1. A single for the first 4 hitters, and then a 2 RBI single for Cole Brown, the number 7 man. There's a bunt drop down. Easlin will field. The throw to first is going to be in time. A 1 pitch and 1 out to open up here in the bottom of the second inning. Not a bad thought there from the number 9 hitter, but Easlin fields his position well. And the first man retired here in the bottom of the second. And it will be Luke Byes, the shortstop, who singled the lead off the bottom of the first inning. Came around to score on the RBI hit from Nate Pachar. So one out, nobody on here at the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch. That one will miss low for ball 1. And this is a early morning for Pierre. They were scheduled to play the last game and then play the first game. Well, scheduled to play at 7:30 didn't happen. It was 8:45 basically by the time that ball game got started. There's a ground ball left side. That's through the hole on the left side for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 as Byes. And there's 1 on and 1 out to bring up Nate Pachar. And then you had a 2-hour and 45-minute ball game on top of that. So the game got over after 11 o'clock. Closer to 11:30 by the time the ball game was over with. And for Post 8, it becomes a very early morning to play at 9:30. Runner takes off in the first pitch. Throw to second is going to be high and late as Byes will steal second. The first pitch was high as well. So stolen base for Byes, and now he is in scoring position here with a 1-0 count and 1 out the bottom of the second. 1-0 pitch. That one is popped up. Matthew Hansen at short will make the catch. There's now 2 down. He'll bring up Cal Capace, the first baseman, who also got a base hit. The first 4 guys that he is in the lineup all had a base hit. 5 hits so far, actually 6 hits now, with Byes going 2 for 2. And the left-handed first baseman will step to the box with 2 outs and a runner on second. Base hit would score Byes. First pitch, ground ball to Bruce over at second, underneath the glove, and it will scoot his way into right field. So the run will come in to score. And it's now a 5-1 ball game, and Omaha Gross has answered right back. And it's a 5-1 lead with a runner on first and 2 down. And here's Alex Case, the right fielder who had an RBI single, made it 2-0 back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the first pitch. Misses inside for ball 1. And if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, we're doing our best to get you the game. We're also worried about the iPads getting a little bit too hot, as that one's flown out to right field, down the right field line, and it will land foul. And it's now 1-1. So if it comes to it, we may have to just put the logo up and try and keep the game going on YouTube at KCCR Sports. But the camera angle here in Harmon 2 is not a fun one. The seating at Harmon 2 is not much fun either. Try and broadcast the game right behind home plate. As you're looking into it, that's basically the same view that I'm looking into it. Hard line drive down the third base line, but that is foul. It's now 1-2. And Easlin will be trying for the strikeout, pick up his third of the ball game, and put it in this inning. With Omaha back up by 4, 5-1. Here's the 1-2. There's a line shot into left field. That's going to be down for a base hit. And the inning will continue to bring up the pitcher, Nick Boring. And it's now first and second. And the pitcher in Boring can help his cause. With a base hit, could score at least a run. 2-out errors extended this inning. And then a base hit has brought up now the pitcher in Boring. That first pitch will miss for ball 1. Boring reached on a fielder's choice. His first trip to the plate. And then he was ran for by Brandon and came in to score as well on the 2 RBI. On the 2 RBI single, that one's fouled away, and it's now 1-1. Here to the pitcher, Boring. In Omaha Gross, if they can keep Pierre under 8 runs, they will be ahead of Sioux Falls East. But then Columbus, Nebraska will have to lose and give up as time is called before the pitch was thrown. Umpire was, that for a second was calling a balk, but the time was called by the hitter, Boring. So it still is a 1-1 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 1-1. That one's fouled out of play. And it's now a 1-2 count, and Eastland again looking for his 3rd strikeout. Try and put it into this bottom of the second. Eastland will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-2. Comes upstairs, and it's now 2-2. Pierre will be in Minot next weekend for the tournament. They will play Wednesday against Sioux Falls East at home, Thursday in Mandan, and then it will be Pierre in Minot for the tournament Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a fly ball out towards right center field. Aaron Booth will go over for it. He comes in, and he's unable to make the catch. 1 run will come in to score. The other run will come in to score, and it's a 2-run single. Ends up going off the glove of Booth, and it's now a runner on first, and the lead is up to 7-1. 2 RBI hit for Nick Boring. And Brandon will come back to courtesy run for the pitcher and Boring. So Friday, Pierre will be against Glendive. We'll be playing at 12:15. And then we'll play at 4:45 against Minot. That's the final game of that day. Then on Saturday, they'll play at 12:15 again against Billings. As they'll play one team across in a pool. They have pool 1 and pool 2. But they'll play both their pool 1 team, and then they'll play one pool 2 team. And then the 4th and final game will be on Sunday, and it could be at 8:30 if Pierre is the 3rd seed in the constellation, or they could play at 10:45 or 1 o'clock in the semifinals, and the championship will be at 3:15. So you could play up to 5 games of the tournament, or you could be done by after the 8:30 game on Sunday if you are 3rd place in your pool. And I would assume that isn't just we'll take the 3rd game into account, as the first pitch will come inside. Runner takes off for second. He will steal second. And it is ball 1. Here, no, actually, is it going to be a hit batter of Joe Meyer. So he is on base, and no steal for Brandon. It's now 1st and 2nd with 2 down. The lead is 6 right now for Omaha Gross, leading 7-1. Scoring another 3 times here in this inning. 8th man to come to the plate, Cole Brown. We'll have courtesy runner as well for the catcher and Meyer. But Brown had a 2 RBI hits in the 1st inning, as we'll get you the courtesy runner. Carson Almgren, as the first pitch is fouled away by Brown. And it's 0-1. Again, the run rules are back into a factor of it being a 12 after 4, 8 after 5. It's a 6-run game right now, so it's not in any danger of that, only in the bottom of the 2nd inning. There's a ground ball to the right side. Bruce will have to come a long way to field. He will flip to Eastland, trying to cover, and they got him out at first. So it goes 4-1 on the putout, and it will end the inning here in the bottom of the second. 3-run score on 2 hits, 1 error. Excuse me, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the third. Pierre is down 7-1 to Omaha Gross. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and, on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
As we welcome you back here, top of the top of the third inning in Post 8, down 7-1, Brecken Kruger, Connor Burst, and Matt Hansen, the first 3 hitters. So in the order, first 3 hitters here in the top of the third as well. Omaha Gross has extended their lead after Pierre was able to get a run to make it a 4-1 ball game. 3 runs scored in the bottom of the second for Omaha Gross, and they now lead it by the score of 7-1. Pierre will be back in action on Wednesday, and again, they still have the opportunity of coming back and winning this one and playing this evening, but for sure will be Wednesday nights at home against Sioux Falls East before traveling up to Mandan on Thursday, and then the rest of the way to the Minot tournament on Friday with a 12:15 and a 4:45 game. They will play that first game at 12:15, and then we'll have a game off and be back to play at 4:15. So it will be a split doubleheader for Post 8 on Friday. Here's the first pitch to Brecken Kruger, and he'll foul that one back for strike 1. Kruger in his first at bat, he ground out to the third baseman, and Brown over there is he'll be looking for base hit. He had the safety squeeze that scored a run and end up with a base hit as well in the game yesterday, as it counts now 1-1 with a good take there from Kruger. And he had the complete game win against Columbus, Nebraska in the 7-6 victory for Post 8. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-1. Gave up 2 home runs to the same guy, Wyatt Swanson, who went deep twice, but he was the only guy that didn't need damage. He had 5 of the 6 RBIs off those 2 home runs. Everybody else really struggled against Kruger throughout the ball game. That one will find the zone. That counts now 2-2 here to Kruger. Leadoff man here in the top of the third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Kruger swings and misses and will strike out for the first out here in the top of the third inning. And it will bring up Connor Burst. That's now the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Boring. Burst struck out swinging his first at bat, as he'll step to the plate with nobody on and 1 out in the top of the third. This is a pool that we're seeing good team after good team. Here's the first pitch to Burst. He'll pop that one up. Foul territory, long run for the first baseman. Not going to get to it. Getting that wind probably pushed it farther back towards home plate. Ends up being a strike. A foul ball to Burst. But with Omaha Gross, they start out 0-2, and now a win against Orono, who looked really good against Pierre in the first game. Columbus, Nebraska looked good in the 2 games that they played on Saturday or on Friday, and then we're 3-0 before Pierre beat them. And Columbus still a good team. Sioux Falls East is a good team. They're sitting at 2-2. Orono I wouldn't put it past Orono to beat Columbus, Nebraska. At this stage of the game of the Dakota Classic, you're seeing how many pitchers you have left. Pitching becomes a factor in game number 4. That one will miss Lonis, now 2-1. And for Columbus at 2-1 right now. Actually, they weren't 3-0, they were 2-0. They have a game left. They'll play Orono. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is on the outside edge, and it's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that final game could potentially even have the entire pool go 2-2. That will tell you how good the pool is. There's a ground ball that is fielded by the pitcher, and Boring, he'll underhand flip it to first. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. And it will bring up Matthew Hansen. Hansen's 0 for 1. He struck out looking to end the top of the 1st. Here with 2 outs, nobody on the top of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch from Boring to Hansen. The right-hander from the windup delivers. That's outside for ball 1. And so far, been an efficient start for Nick Boring, as that one's popped up left side, long run, and it will land foul. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. So far through 2 2/3 innings, just 38 pitches for Nick Boring. This will be pitch number 39 upcoming. Spencer Eastland has thrown 45 pitches through 2 complete. Give up 7 runs, only 4 of them earned so far against him. Here's the 1-1. That was missing outside, and it's now 2-1. Here to Matthew Hansen. 2-1. Line shot back up the middle. That's going to drop in for a 2-out single. And Hansen will extend the inning to Jack Merkwan, the left fielder. And now Merkwan with an opportunity. He grounded out to the second baseman to kick off the top of the 2nd. But no 1-2-3 inning here for Nick Boring, the Omaha Gross starter. Sioux Falls West, Harmon 1 playing, well, Sioux Falls West not playing right now, but the other Harmon pool that switched fields between the 2 pools. Sioux Falls West went 4-0. They beat Gillette yesterday 3-0. They had 2 different walk-off wins to win that pool. First pitch misses low for ball 1. And again, that's a West team that Pierre beat last week Wednesday here in Sioux Falls. But West was down 5-0 in the bottom of the 7th in their first, in day 1. It might have been their second game of the day. But they were down 5-0 in the 7th inning, came back and scored 5 times, and then ended up winning in extra innings. And that's a difference of winning a pool and potentially not winning the pool. But West will advance to the quarterfinals later on this evening. That 2-0 pitch comes well high and upstairs, and it's now 3-0 here to Merkwan. On deck will be Bennett Dean. Most likely getting the red light here for Jack Merkwan. Here's the 3-0 pitch. They'll miss outside for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. And it will be first and second now with 2 away, and Bennett Dean's got the opportunity to drive in a run with a base hit. Dean is 0 for 1. He reached on the air to be the first base run of the ball game for Post State. And he'll hit with his team down by 6 with runners at first and second and 2 outs at the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch is upstairs. 5 straight misses now here for the pitcher Boring. And again, the leash for both of these starters, knowing this is your 4th game in 3 days, and not knowing how important the next games are for Omaha Gross and how quickly those games could pop up, then you might see everything be extended out to try and save arms for the rest of next week. Here's the 2-0. That one is right down the middle. It's now 2-1. And for Pierre, they'll have plenty of arms available going into Wednesday. Now, again, the rest of this tournament we'll see what they want to do, because those arms might be used prior to Wednesday. You don't want to use them, but Coach White will make the decision if Pierre's got to make a big 6-run comeback right now. It counts 3-1 to Dean. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one will miss, and now the bases are loaded. Another 2-out walk. Back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. All got started with a 2-out single from Matt Hansen. And now it's Aaron Booth who singled his last trip to the plate, and now we'll have a mound visit with the bases loaded and 2 down. Hansen will be at third, Merkwan at second, and Dean at first. Booth, who's 1 for 1. He's got one of the 3 hits so far for Post State, an opportunity to drive in a couple runs. The speed of Merkwan will probably be easy to score, and if you can shoot a gap somewhere, maybe get Dean to hustle around all the way from first to score and cut the lead in half as quickly as Omaha Gross moved it to a 6-run ball game. And again, you think about yesterday. Pierre was down 5-0 going in the top of the 4th. Scored 9 times and took a 9-5 lead. Ended up winning 12-9 over Sioux Falls East. Scoring another run in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Here's the first pitch to Booth. He'll swing and foul that one back and out of play. And it's 0-1 here to Booth. Singled out to right center field in his first trip. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. A big at bat here in this ball game. 0-1 pitch. That one will miss outside. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Straight away in the outfield for Aaron Booth. And with 2 outs, infield at normal depth. 1-1. That one will miss low and away, and it's now 2-1. And no action in the bullpen out in left field for Omaha, and where Boring was kind of cruising along through 3 innings, he's now starting to labor a little bit. 2-1. And Booth will pop it up. First base side, foul territory. Long run for the first baseman, and Capace, and he'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs in the inning. Had 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We have played 2.5. It is a 7-1 lead for Omaha Gross over Pierre. You're listening to Post State Baseball on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? Who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do, all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Simpson Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Harvard Park in field number 2, as Post State is right now down by 6, 7-1 as we head in the bottom of the third inning. Again, wind a factor blowing straight in right now and also messing with the camera as well to make this a very blurry shot. Trying to back it up as much as I can, but try and keep you so you can actually still see what's going on. As Spencer Easlin works into the bottom of the third inning, and Omaha Gross will have 8, 9, and 1. Colby Duncan, Lucas Guin, and Luke Buys, the first 3 hitters. And for Omaha Gross, they have had 8 men come to the plate in each of the first 2 innings. And it will be Colby Duncan, who struck out swinging to end the first inning, coming to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. 6-run lead for Omaha Gross. Here in the bottom of the third. Here's the first pitch. That one will miss for ball 1. So far, 7 runs on 8 hits for Omaha Gross. 1 error for each of these teams. 1 run, 3 hits for Pierre. That one will bounce and get to the backstop, and the count's now 2-0. Duncan, Guin, and Buys, the first 3 hitters, 8, 9, and 1. 2-0. Actually, this is Gary Nedved on the mound now for Post State. So Nedved will take Spencer Easlin's spot in the lineup. Here's the 2-1. And a ground ball through the hole on the left side for a base hit, and Duncan is on to reach to open things up here in the bottom of the first. So the totals for Spencer Easlin went 8 innings. Actually, he's playing center field, and Brecken Kruger will come out of the ball game. So Nedved is in the number 1 spot in the order, but he gave up 7 runs, 4 of them earned in 2 innings of work. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and 8 hits in total. As the first pitch misses to number 9 hitter in Lucas Guin. Runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Here's a 1-0 pitch from Nedved. Swing and a miss. It's now 1-1. For Gary Nedved, he has thrown 2 innings so far in 2 relief appearances. Gave up 8 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Hit 1 man. ERA right now sits at 21, and the whip at 5, and that could easily change and drastically drop with a scoreless inning. That one's fouled back, and the count is now 1-2. So 1-2 count here with nobody out and a runner on first base. Here's the 1-2. That one is taken for strike 3 to throw to second, standing up safely at second base. And that will be the first out here in the bottom of the second, and a stolen base for Duncan. First strikeout of the ball game for Nedved. And we'll bring it back up the top of the order, and Luke Bias, who's already 2 for 2, will come to the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Now a runner on second, another runner in scoring position, with the team already leading by 6. Here in the bottom of the third for Omaha Gross. Here's the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Bias singled in the first and second, came around to score. Came to score in the air in the second inning, came in to score on the Pachar single. Here's the 1-0. That one is skied out to left field. That's going to get out of play. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. So now it's Merkwan in left, still in left. Easland now in center. Booth still in right. Lyons at third. Hanson at short. Bruce at second. Dean at first. Hunsley behind the plate. And Gary Nedved on the mound in his third game of the season. Here's the 1-1. And it's now a strike, and it's now 1-2. Nice wind gust to go through. And the count's now 1-2 here to the leadoff man, Luke Bies. Nedved looking for a second straight strikeout. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will bounce in, get away from Hunsley to his left. Runner will take third, and is now 90 feet away from extending the lead to 7 for Omaha Gross. Again, trying to keep you watching here, and the wind causing havoc and moving the iPad around. And here's the 2-2. That one will miss low and outside. The count's now 3-2. On deck, the number 2 hitter, Nate Pachar. He'll be followed then by the 3-hole hitter in Kyle Kopeka. Here's the full count pitch from Nedved to Bies. That is a foul ball down in left field. It gets out of play. And we will do it again here at 3-2. Runner on third with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 3-2 once more from Nedved to Bies. Upstairs for ball 4. And it's now first and third with 1 out. The throw gets away from the pitcher Nedved, and then scoring from third base will be Duncan. And it's now a 8-1 ball game. And error will be charged to post 8. And looked down, so I didn't see how the throw was missed. Whether it was high from Hunsley or if Nedved missed it. But now here is Pachar. First pitch, runner takes off. The throw to second. No, it's going to hit the batter. So it doesn't matter if he was safe at second or not. And it's a hit by pitch, and it's now first and second here with 1 down. And it will bring up the new hitter as the first baseman will be relieve the ball game. Carson Algrim will be the new hitter. So he will hit for Kyle Kopeka. So 8-1 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second and 1 down. And Almgren will have an opportunity to hit. Pesa went 1 for 2 with a single and a reaching on an air. First pitch, that will hit Almgren as well, and the bases are now loaded. So back to back, you guys have been hits. And the bases are now loaded here with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. And home plate umpire will come out and talk with Nedved, and now Brian White, the manager for Post 8, will have a mound visit as well. So the bases are now loaded here with one away, and it will bring up Alex Case for the right fielder, who's already 2 for 2, an RBI single, and is in the first inning. That made it a 2-0 ball game at the time. So not the start that Post State was hoping for in this ball game. They're now down by 7, and the bases are loaded. Things can quickly get out of hand. But there is one out, so you're also just one pitch away from getting out of this inning with a ground ball. And now we'll have a new baseball given to Nedved. So bases loaded here with one out. Here in the bottom of the third. A 8-1 ball game. Here's the first pitch. And a fly ball to center field. Easlin will come in. That will land in for a base hit. The throw to the shortstop Hansen will be a base hit in a 9-1 ball game. Easlin had to hold up. That was a tough play. You dive, and yeah, you can maybe get it, but if you dive and miss it, then potentially all 3 runs score. So took the smart play to pick it off the bounce, but it's now a 9-1 ball game, and the bases remain loaded here for Nick Boring, the pitcher. That one's popped up and fouled back and out of play. And it is 0-1 here to the pitcher Boring. He is 1 for 2, reaching on fielder's choice, and a 2 RBI single back in the second inning. That one is grounded down the third base line, but it will be fouled. And the count is quickly 0-2. With one out here in the bottom of the third inning. And the lead is 8. So as it stands right now, Pierre will have 6 outs to try and score at least 1 run. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good block there from Hunsley. And the count moves to 1-2. Boring and then Meyer. And Cole Brown would follow. And that would be all 9 men to come to the plates here in this third inning. 1-2 pitch. That's outside. It's now 2-2. And again, for this Post State team, it was a quick turnaround. A lot of times that you play a game and 10 hours later, not even 10 hours later, have to come back and play another game. There's a swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for Nedved, his second of the ball game. And there's 2 down. It will bring up the catcher and Joe Meyer. With 2 outs, runners will be off with contact, and a base hit could extend this to a 10-run lead. But Nedved, again, just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning and straying the bases loaded. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Be interesting to see and really look at the schedule if there's anybody else that played at 7:30 in the last game last night and played the first game of the day today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is fouled right back, and it's now 1-1. Because for Pierre, it's the second year in a row that that's happened. They've played the final 2 games on Saturday, and then had to turn back around and play the first game on Sunday. Everybody else, Omaha Gross was done by by 6 o'clock in their game, so they were able to get some food, get a good meal, get some rest for this ball game. And for Post State, it was, do you trade food for sleep or sleep for food? 1-2 pitch comes inside. There's going to be 2-1 pitch comes inside, and it's now 2-2. And Nedved a strike away from finishing this inning. Here's the 2-2. Swing. Nope, no swing, and it will be now a 3-2 count. With the bases loaded and 2 away, so everybody will get a head start. The full count pitch upcoming. And the bases are now loaded. Here's the 3-2 from Nedved. Swing and a miss, and Nedved will strike out 3 in the inning. Another 2-run score on 2 hits, no error, or 1 error, and 3 men left on base. After 3 complete, Pierre is down by 8 as they trail it 9-1. You're listening to Post State Baseball on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
It is the top of the 4th inning, and Pierre down 9-1. And for the 8s, it will be 6, 7, and 8. Excuse me, 7, 8, 9. Grayson Hunsley, Johnny Lyons, and Gary Nedved will be the first 3 hitters. Nope, Spencer Easland will still be the hitter. Gary Nedved will hit in Brecken Kruger's spot. So it'll be Easland still hitting, and then Nedved if anybody reaches base. As we play here at the top of the 4th. Again, Post State, if they do not pick up a win in this ball game, they will play again on Wednesday against Sioux Falls East again, who they played last night in a doubleheader at Heights Stadium. Be nice to be back in a well air-conditioned, a beautiful press box, and a good line of sight for you to watch it on YouTube at KCCR Sports if you are unable to attend, unlike here this morning. Grayson Hunsley leads things off. He singled home a run. So far, the only run that Post State has scored. Back in the top of the 2nd inning. Did that with 1 out. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. It was a inning that Boring kind of labored through. He gave up a hit and then 2 back-to-back walks. That one's over for a strike. It's now 1-1. But he did find his way out of danger without any run scoring in the 3rd inning. And Pierre, that was down by 6, could have brought that lead a little bit closer. But instead, now it's an 8-run lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Again, for Pierre, if they are unable to score the next 2 innings, the ball game will end with an 8-run rule after 5. Here's the 2-1. That one will miss, and it's now 3-1. If they don't score in this inning, then Omaha Gross could also score 4 in the 4th and end it with a 12-run rule after 4 innings. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Misses outside. It's a leadoff walk issued to Grayson Hunsley. So it'll bring up Johnny Lyons. Lyons struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Lyons in the second game had the double to get things started in the top of the 4th inning. He ended up doubling and scoring the first run for Pierre, and then 8 more guys came in to score in that inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1 as Boring's struggling to find the strike zone now. Missed 5 of the first 6 pitches so far in this inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That will find the zone, and Lyons will foul it back. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. So next weekend, again, 12:15, 4:45 for those two games, all at Corbett Field in Minot. And then at 12:15 again on Saturday, the only game that they will play on Saturday, and then they'll play Sunday. Potentially 2 games, potentially just 1 game, whether they're the 3 seed or they lose in the semifinals, but that championship is scheduled for 3:15 in the afternoon. And then if Pierre plays before 12 o'clock on Sunday, we'll be back here on Capital City Rock, but available to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports. There's a pitch that misses high and outside, and it's now 3-1, and it will draw a mound visit out. To talk with the pitcher and Boring, just a quick mound visit from the catcher and Meyer. And no activity in the left field bullpen for Omaha Gross. So here's a 3-1 pitch upcoming from Boring to Lyons. And the pitch. Lyons a ground ball left side off the diving glove of the shortstop of Buys and into left field for a base hit. And it's now first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. And it will bring up Spencer Easlin. Easlin struck out looking in his first at-bat. When the runner is at first and second, nobody out. See if Post State is able to make this an inning of and scored some runs in this inning. And down by 8 right now, but still a lot of ball game left. First pitch to Easlin will miss inside for ball 1. Easlin went 0 for 1 so far. Again, struck out looking back in the top of the second. Here's the 1-0. That one is taken for a strike, and it's now 1-1. Here the now center fielder. Gary Nedved, the pitcher, is on deck in place of Brecken Kruger. Here's the 1-1. That one is fouled back, and it's now 1-2. Here the number 9 man in the order. Boring looking for a strikeout. He's already got 5 so far in the ball game. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and another in the third. Here's the 1-2. And Easlin will swing and miss. Strikeout, and there's now 1 down. Here in the top of the 4th inning. And it will bring up Gary Nedved. Nedved will have his first at-bats here in this ball game. Not in the starting lineup and used in relief. Easlin will be pitching again this week. So the pitch count was limited for Easlin. He wasn't going to go a long ways in this ball game. And Nedved came in after the second inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Post State's the good news here for the Eights, as there's Nedved that will rip it up the middle, and it will get into center field for a base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score will be Hunsley, and it's a RBI single for Gary Nedved, and Post State is pulled back within 7, now 9-2, with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. As it'll be Connor Bruce now at the plate. He's 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of this ball game. Now 5 hits in the game for Pierre. But again, the good news for Pierre is not going to go under 500 no matter if you drop this game or extend it into the quarterfinals. You went at least 500 in the Dakota Classic. As the first pitch to Bruce is taken for strike 1. And also, you have beaten Sioux Falls East. And some trash that will make his way all the way through, and it ate up the catcher. No error be given to him, but some trash that blew across the field and now stuck on the fence. Umpire called time to see if we get the trash off, but ends up going away, so we'll just keep playing. 0-1 pitch, top of the zone, and misses for a ball. And it's now 1-1. Haven't seen that very often where you get some trash on the field and it just blows its way across and catcher can't make the play on it. 1-1 pitch, that one's on the outside edge, it's now 1-2. But to his credit that you never know where the trash is going to go. It can easily change direction on you. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will miss just a bit low, and it's now 2-2. Meyer thought that was going to be strike 3, but instead, count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Here's the 2-2. Outside edge and taken for strike 3. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Second strikeout of the inning. And make it the 7th strikeout of the ball game now for the starting pitcher for Omaha Gross and Nick Boring. And we'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Matthew Hansen. He is 1 for 2. Struck out looking and also had a single that kept the inning alive in the top of the 3rd, although Pierre was unable to score. Here's the first pitch. Comes upstairs, and Hansen will duck away from it. And it's taken high for ball 1. In the bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Omaha Gross. Brown, Duncan, and Guin as Hansen with a base hit into left field. Past a diving third baseman, rounding third, and Lions will come in to score, making it a 9-4 ball game. It's going to be 9-3 ball game. And it puts the lead to 6. As Hansen is now 2 for 3 with an RBI. And it brings up Jack Merkwan, the cleanup hitter. So Post 8 not going down quite yet. As Omaha Gross will be, if they want to end it quickly, end it early, they're going to have to score a couple more runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And for Pierre, they've gotten those 2 runs now and still another runner in scoring position to try and pull them back within 5. Merkwan, that one's grounded just foul down the third base line. And it is 0-1. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt as we're closing up to the 11 o'clock hour. We're on Capital City Rock this morning. Still on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As that one will miss blown outside. It's now 1-1. The church service, the First United Methodist Church service, or the Ecumenical Church service, will be over on KCCR. Coming up here in the next couple minutes. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one misses outside, and it's now 2-1. And if Post 8 is able to come back and win this game, they will play at 5 o'clock at Renner. And if they are unable to get the win, no matter, regardless of what the final score is, Pierre will be eliminated from the Dakota Classic and make the way back home. 2-1 will miss low, and it's now 3-1. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Pierre trails it by 6, 9-3. That one's on the outside edge and taken for a strike, and the count is full at now 3-2. And everybody will get a head start. Omaha Central has already won the runner pool, so they'll await this winner, or that's pool winner. 3-2 pitch is taken inside for strike 3, and that will retire the side here in the top of the 4th inning. 3 strikeouts of the inning, 2 runs score on 3 hits in the inning. There are no errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Pierre is down 9-3. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on at Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
7-8-9 here for Omaha Gross in the bottom of the fourth inning as they lead it 9-3 over Post State. As Gary Nedved back on the mound. Again, trying to keep this iPad from getting too blurry on you. But it will be 7-8-9. 8 guys have come to the plates in all 3 innings so far for Omaha Gross, scoring 9 runs through 3 innings. As Brown, Duncan, and Gordon are the only 3 hitters that have not hit in all 3 innings. So the leadoff man here in the bottom of the fourth will be Cole Brown, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Brown is, again, 1 for 2, had a 2 RBI single back in the bottom of the first inning. That made this a 4-0 lead for 4-0 lead for Omaha Gross in that first. First pitch misses low for ball 1 to the number 7 hitter in the order, leadoff man here in the bottom of the fourth, as Pierre trails it 9-3. The 1-0. That one is popped up high on the infield, going in the outfield grass. Matt Hansen will leave it for Merkwan, and everybody will let it fall in for a base hit. I don't know if Hansen maybe thought that Merkwan had said something to call for it, and maybe Merkwan thought Hansen had called for it, but either way the ball will drop in for a single, and it will bring up Colby Duncan. And again, you don't want to have any excuses, but also the facts lay into a very late night last night, playing the final game that didn't get over till, nobody got back to their hotels until after midnight, and they have to turn back around and play at 9:30, and to be back here by 8:30 in the morning. So it was a very quick night for this Pierre team. And again, when you're the final game, the final 2 games of the day, and then you turn around and play the first game on Sunday, it's already hard enough as it is, and then you add on being behind in the schedule as it counts 0-2. Here to the number 7 man in the order in Colby Duncan. Number 8 man in the order, Colby Duncan. Doesn't help the cause. You're already planning being done by basically 10 o'clock, and then you added another 2 hours on top of that. There's a ground ball for Hansen at short. Throws a second, and it's off the glove of Bruce, and it will be runners at first and second now with nobody out. And it'll be the second air charge to Connor Bruce, and it will bring up Lucas Guin, the number 9 man. Runners at first and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. And a 9-3 lead for Omaha Gross, looking to try and extend it. First pitch showing bunt. Pulls it back for ball 1 as the pitch came up high. Trying to play some small ball to extend this lead back. And again, those 2 runs are important for Omaha Gross to pick up and important for Pierre to leave out in the base pass. Those 2 runs score, then all of a sudden it's back to an 8-run game, and Pierre has to score in the 5th inning. Showing bunt another time, dropping down a bunt down the third base line. The throw is not going to be coming from Nedved, and the bases are now going to be loaded. There'll be an infield single for Guid. And now we'll bring back up the top of the order. And for Luke Baez, he's been on base all 3 times. 2 singles and then a walk have been issued. So the 8th run, which would be the 11th run of the ball game for Omaha Gross, and the 8-run lead is standing at second base in scoring position. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1 to Baez, and a good stop there from Grayson Hunsley. Keeps us a 9-3 ball game instead of moving to 10-3. So a miscommunication for a base hit, an error, and then a bunt single has loaded the bases. That one will bounce. That will get to the backstop, and it will be now a 10-3 ball game. And everybody moves up 90 feet. So the count is 2-0, and it's a 7-run lead here once again for Omaha Gross, and a base hit or a fly ball would put this to an 8-run game again. And again, we're in the 4th inning, but in the top of the 5th, Pierre would have to score to stay alive. Otherwise, it could be an 8-run rule after 5 here in the Dakota Classic. And time is called. And it will be a new baseball again to Gary Nedved. I guess he went to his mouth and then ended up putting the hand back in the glove quickly, and says the count is 3-0. I think that was only the second pitch. That pitch will be missed low, and it's now a walk. And I think that was only a 3-pitch walk, but I guess the runner will be at first base, and the bases are now loaded once again. And Brian White will make his way out to talk with Nedved. The only thing I can think of is that when Nedved went from his mouth to his glove, the umpire gave him a ball. So the bases are now loaded. And again, I thought maybe it was just a 3-pitch walk, but bases are loaded here with nobody out, and we'll have a pinch hitter. As I believe that's Brandon that will come to the plate. Owen Brennan will be at the plate for Nate Pachar. So here is Owen Brennan with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch is taking the inside edge for strike 1. So a run to score would be an 8-run ball game, and then Pierre will have to score at least in the 5th inning. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. So Brennan, who is hitting after Pachar went 1 for 2, was also hit by a pitch. Here's the 0-2 now from Nedved. And reaching for it, going back over the head of Hansen. It will drop in. The throw to third will pull off Lyons at third base, and it will be a hit. And the bases will remain loaded, and it's now a 8-run ball game. So a 11-3 lead now for Omaha Gross. Bases remain loaded, and it will bring up Carson Algrim. So the bases are loaded here with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the lead is 8. Almgren's first pitch to him will miss low for ball 1. Alex Case is on deck, the cleanup man. Almgren, he was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up. Foul territory, Bennett Dean. He'll come over off the glove, and it will go down as just a strike, and the count is at a ball and a strike. And the has not been the day for Post State to this point. And now with the bases loaded, Almgren actually represents the winning run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They could win in a 12-run rule after 4. Here's the 1-1. That one is taken for a strike, and it's now 1-2. Home plate umpire and start the strikeout call, but it's just a 1-2 count. The base is loaded here with nobody out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. Another good block there from Hunsley. The count is now 2-2. Again here for Post State. This is you gotta get these guys out here. Any extra runs for Omaha Gross will make it harder for Post State on a comeback in the 5th inning to try and keep this within 8. Here's a line shot that is foul, and it will remain at 2-2. Here's a 2-2 from Nedved. And a fly ball towards center field. Going back is Matt Hansen. He'll make the catch on the edge of the infield grass. And there's now one down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And it will bring up Alex Case, who is 3 for 3 with an RBI. 3 singles so far. He's actually got 2 RBIs. Drove in the second run of the ball game and also drove in the run to make it a 9-1 ball game at the time. Now it's 11-3. Bases still loaded here with 1 away. First pitch misses for ball 1. If the 8s are unable to come back in this one, next game will be Wednesday against Sioux Falls East. Be on the air at 4:45 for a doubleheader. 1-0 swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1. Then Pierre will go up to Mandan on Thursday, and then the rest of the way to Minot on Friday. They will play 2 games Friday, 1 game Saturday, and potentially 2 games on Sunday, or at least 1 game on Sunday. That one will get to the backstop. Another run will come in to score. Now a 12-3 ball game. The count is at 2-1. Runners are at 2nd and 3rd. Now with 1 away. And again, the winning run is at the plate for Omaha Gross. Pierre cannot allow another guy to reach base and then come around to score, with the 2 guys already on base. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And a long fly ball out to left field. Merquan going back, still going back. He is able to make the catch. Both runners will tag. Another run will come in to score. And now another run going to come over. And the throw is not going to be in time, so 2 runs will score. And so it turns into a sacrifice fly for Case with a run to score. And then an error will be charged to Post State. And there's now 2 down. Bases are now empty. And Nick Boring will come to the plate. And he'll have a 11-run lead to work with in the top of the 5th inning. And Pierre will have to they'll have to score 4 runs. They either have the opportunity to score 4 runs or won't get the opportunity at all, because they have to get it within 7 at the end of the top of the 5th, or if another run comes in to score in this 4th inning, the game will come to an end. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. And for Post State in the top of the 5th inning, they'll have 5, 6, and 7, Bennett Dean, Aaron Booth, and Grayson Hunsley, needing to score at least, well, they'll have to score at least 4. That one will miss slow and is now 2-0. Has to be a 14-3 score going into the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one is fouled off the hands of Boring and is now 2-1. So Pierre in danger now of falling to 7-9 on the year. They're back to 500 in South Dakota games. That's the important one to get. They got the one that they needed in the win against Sioux Falls East last night. There's another ground ball foul, and it's now a 2-2 count. And Nedved looking to finish out this inning. 3 hits in the inning so far, 2 errors from Pierre. And 5 runs have scored for Omaha Gross. 2-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball that is foul another time. In Sioux Falls East, the opponent on Wednesday. A 5 o'clock start for that doubleheader at Hyde Stadium in Pierre. Be on the air at 4:45. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to Lyons over third. Off of him. He'll pick it back up. The throw across to first is not going to be in time. And it will be another error charge to Post State. And the inning will continue for now Joe Meyer, who actually no, will not be Joe Meyer. We'll have another pinch hitter. It'll be Simon Barber. And a courtesy runner also for the pitcher in Boring. So it'll be Barber to hit for Meyer. And he'll be the 9th man to come to the plates in this 4th inning. And with that runner on at first, I don't think that he'll probably be stealing, but the pass ball will allow him to move. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Again, with 2 outs, he'll be off with contact, and that's the run that cannot score if you're Pierre. That represents the winning run for Omaha Gross. That one will come in on the inside edge and taken for a strike, and the count is even at a ball and a strike here to Simon Barber. Here's the 1-1 from Nedved. That one comes inside and will miss for a ball, and it's now 2-1. Again, in this inning, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 5 runs so far for Omaha Gross. That one will come up and inside and will get past Hunsley for a wild pitch. And now a runner will move up 90 feet to second base. And a base hit could win the ball game now for Omaha Gross. So here is the 3-1 pitch. That will miss outside for ball 4. And it's now first and second with 2 away. And that will put an end to the day for Gary Nedved, as Brian White will come out and make the change. So we will step aside and we'll come back and have the changes for you. Listen to Post State Baseball in Capital City Rock, and you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Lil Sweet! Did you miss your exit?
For the second time in a row.
Ooh, third time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet, but forget your phone instead? So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
So ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so safe. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
As we welcome you back here to Harmonin, Jaden Wiebe is now on the mound for Post State, trying to keep this a 11-run ball game. As we do have another pinch hitter. First pitch is over for strike one. And Wiebe will not be on the mound long here in this fourth inning, because either he will face two batters and that will be it, or he will face one or two batters. That's the only thing that he can face in this inning. That one will miss low for ball one. As the hitter is, not sure who the hitter is. That one is popped up. Connor Bruce waiting underneath it. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the fourth inning. But 10 guys come to the plate, 5 runs score, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 2 men left on base. Post State will need 4 runs at least in the fifth inning as they trail it 14-3 over to Omaha Gross. You're listening to Post State Baseball on the Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube. That's at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Top of the fifth inning, and appear down by 11, 14-3. In a normal game, they would just need 2 runs to keep the ball game alive, but in this game, they need to put it within 7. So they have to score 4 runs, or Omaha Gross will take the win, and Pierce's tournament will come to an end. Here with a 2-2 record, the Dakota Classic. First pitch to Dean, he'll swing and miss for strike one. It's Dean, Booth, and Hunsley. Dean 0 for 2 or 0 for 1 so far, been on base though both times with a error and a walk. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. Booth is 1 for 2, and Hunsley also, he is 1 for 1. That one misses low, and it's now 2-1. Here to Bennett Dean. 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, and it's now 2-2. To the leadoff man here in the top of the fifth inning. And again, Pierre has to score 4. Nothing short of 4 runs will extend this game. 2-2 pitch. And that one's grounded foul, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. Again, be followed by Booth and then Hunsley. Here's the 2-2. Dean pops it up. That'll get foul and out of play. And we will remain at 2-2 here. With nobody out in the top of the fifth inning, leadoff man. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 5 errors for Pierre. That one misses outside. It's now 3-2. 14 runs, 13 hits, and 3 errors for Omaha Gross. Well, I got them for 1. There's a ground ball. That'll get through on the right side, and Bennett Dean's got a base hit to lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning. And Dean now 1 for 2 in the ball game. And that's the start that you needed. You need 4 runs and get the leadoff man on to kick things off here in the top of the 5th. And now here's Aaron Booth, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled back in the top of the 2nd. Flew out to the first baseman, popped out the first baseman in foul territory. And his 2nd trip to the plate. First pitch popped up. That'll be fouled out of play. And the count is 0-1 here to Aaron Booth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot. That's over the head of the shortstop. That's going to be down for a base hit. And the first 2 have reached base with back-to-back singles to kick off the top of the 5th inning. And it will bring up Grayson Hunsley. He is 1 for 1, been on base both times, singled home a run back in the top of the 2nd inning. And then he walked and came in to score on the RBI single from Gary Nedved in the top of the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Hunsley with 3 hits over the last 2 games. Picking up 3 RBIs as well. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good block there from the catcher, and it's now 1-1. Dean at second, Booth at first. 1-1. Just outside, and it's now 2-1. Good take there from Hunsley, not to chase. Johnny Lyons is on deck. He'll be followed then by Spencer Easlin. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will bounce, get to the backstop, and both runners will move up 90 feet. And this counts now 3-1. Again, the 2 runners on base right now don't mean anything to Omaha Gross. Johnny Lyons' spot, the guy on deck right now, is the one that means the most, because they want to try and make this a quick ball game with the count at 3-1. Hunsley will swing and foul it off, and it's now 3-2. And Johnny Lyons on deck with nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 3-2. A chopper ground ball to the third baseman. Throw across is in time. There's 1 down. Runner comes in to score. Hunsley will pick up the RBI. And there'll be just a runner on third base with 1 out. And the lead is 14-4. And again, in a normal regular season game, Aaron Booth's run would mean a lot to keep this ball game moving. However, in the tournament play, it's a 8-run game after 5. So Pierre will have to score still 2 more times, even if Aaron Booth comes in to score. First pitch is fouled away by Johnny Lyons, and it's 0-1. Lyons, he is 1 for 2. Struck out swinging in the second, then he had a base hit and came around to score on the RBI single for Matt Hansen in the fourth inning. Here's the 0-1 upstairs, and it's now 1-1. On deck with the number 9 hitter, Spencer Easlin. And then where Nedved's spot would be at, Jaden Wiebe would come to the plate. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball again to the third baseman, left side. It's going to be feeling the hole, a jump throw across. It's going to be wide of first. An RBI hit for Johnny Lyons, an infield single for the post-8 third baseman. And it's now a 14-5 ball game. And so now as Spencer Easlin comes to the plate, he represents the run that would keep the ball game alive to the bottom of the fifth inning. He would have to get on and score, but the hitter will at least come to the plate here with one out in the top of the fifth. First pitch swings and misses for strike one. Easlin struck out looking and also struck out swinging in his 2 trips to the plate so far. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. And on deck is Jaden Wiebe. Back to the top of the order. Wiebe will have his first at-bat, barring a double play. Here's the 0-2. That one bounces in. Moves the count to 1-2. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Easlin swings and misses and will strike out, and there's now 2 down here in the fifth inning, and post-8 down their final out. And Jaden Wiebe will come to the plate at his first at-bat. However, we can have a pitching change beforehand, and it looks like we will. So with 2 outs in the top of the fifth inning, we will have a pitching change. We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
It is still the top of the fifth inning. 2 outs, runner on first. Jaden Wiebe will be the hitter. And try and see who the pitcher is for Omaha Gross. Have not been able to catch the number, as it will be number 33, which is Colby Duncan, who will move from third base to the mound, and he's got an opportunity to get 1 out, maybe face just 1 batter and end the ball game. And for Jaden Wiebe, he's got to get on base and has to come around to score for this ball game to extend to the bottom of the fifth inning, because they trail by 9 right now, 14-5. And again, a normal regular season game, it will be still. It would still be a ball game that would extend to the bottom of the fifth. However, in the tournament, you got to get within 8 to keep the ball game moving. So here is Jaden Wiebe with a runner on first and 2 away. And Duncan, his first pitch, will miss outside for ball 1. Two outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Pierre down by 9.